Today, we explore a principle of Buddhism that can transform your life: focus. In a world filled with distractions, competing priorities, and constant noise, the ability to direct your attention toward what truly matters is one of the most powerful skills you can cultivate. By focusing on your life, you take control of your energy, your decisions, and your destiny. Focus is not merely concentration on a task, it is the deliberate choice to invest your time, energy, and attention in alignment with your deepest values and purpose. Buddhism teaches that attention is the foundation of action and thought. Where the mind goes, energy flows, and results manifest. When attention is scattered, energy dissipates, and potential remains unfulfilled. Distractions are everywhere: social media, the opinions of others, unproductive habits, and external pressures all compete for your attention. These distractions fragment your energy and prevent meaningful progress. By cultivating focus, you reclaim your inner power, allowing clarity, intention, and purpose to guide your actions. Buddhism emphasizes the mind as the source of experience and creation. A focused mind sees clearly, acts wisely, and maintains calm in the face of challenges. An unfocused mind, in contrast, reacts impulsively, drifts aimlessly, and experiences unnecessary stress. By practicing focus, you align your thoughts and actions with what truly matters. Focus begins with awareness. Awareness allows you to recognize where your attention is going and whether it serves your goals, your growth, and your well-being. Awareness also helps you notice when your mind is drawn toward distractions or unhelpful patterns, enabling you to redirect your energy intentionally. Another principle is prioritization. Not all tasks, relationships, or concerns carry equal importance. Buddhism teaches us to recognize impermanence and the fleeting nature of many things in life. By understanding what truly matters, we can let go of what does not and invest energy where it produces meaningful results. Focus is intimately tied to discipline and consistency. A distracted mind cannot achieve mastery or clarity. By training attention through daily practice, we develop mental strength, resilience, and the ability to act with intention rather than react to circumstances. This is a central tenet of Buddhist personal growth. Life is filled with competing desires, opinions, and expectations. Buddhism teaches that attachment to external validation or constant comparison leads to mental fragmentation. Focus, in contrast, requires turning inward, observing your priorities, and committing attention to your own path rather than being pulled by the agendas of others. Consider the metaphor of the lamp. A lamp focuses light in one direction, illuminating a path clearly. If the lamp's light scatters, the path remains dim, confusing, and difficult to navigate. In the same way, the focused mind illuminates your life, allowing clarity, understanding, and purpose to guide every step. Focus also requires letting go of what does not serve your purpose. Distractions, negative influences, and unnecessary concerns consume mental energy. By releasing them, you free space for clarity, creativity, and intentional action. Buddhism teaches that simplicity, mindfulness, and clarity of attention are key to a fulfilled and meaningful life. The Buddha observed that human potential is vast, yet often wasted through scattered attention and attachment to trivial matters. By directing attention deliberately, we cultivate insight, skillful action, and peace. Focus allows the mind to penetrate deeply into understanding, fostering wisdom and discernment in every decision. Through focus, we gain control over our inner and outer world. The mind becomes a tool rather than a victim of circumstance. Energy flows toward what matters most, leading to tangible progress, personal growth, and a sense of mastery. Without focus, life drifts like a leaf on the wind, vulnerable to external pressures, fleeting pleasures, and meaningless distractions. In this talk, we will explore practical principles and Buddhist teachings to help you cultivate focus in your life. We will discuss how to identify what truly matters, let go of distractions, maintain consistent attention, and align your energy with your deepest values. By integrating these teachings, you will discover the power to create clarity, purpose, and fulfillment in every aspect of your life. Now that we have explored the foundation of focus and its importance in life, we move to practical guidance, eliminating distractions and prioritizing your personal journey. Buddhism teaches that clarity and progress emerge when the mind is directed intentionally toward what truly matters, rather than being pulled in multiple directions. Distractions are everywhere. They come in many forms: social media notifications, unnecessary comparisons, negative influences, constant multitasking, and even our own wandering thoughts. Each distraction pulls energy away from meaningful action, leaving us frustrated, overwhelmed, or unfulfilled. The first step in creating focus is recognizing and observing these distractions. Awareness allows the mind to identify what is unnecessary and redirect attention deliberately. Once distractions are recognized, Buddhism encourages detachment from what is unimportant. This does not mean ignoring responsibilities or withdrawing from life. Rather, it is the practice of letting go of concerns, influences, and habits that do not serve your true purpose. By releasing attachment to trivial matters, we conserve energy for what is essential. Prioritization is the natural companion to focus. Not every task, relationship, or thought holds equal value. Buddhist wisdom teaches that life is finite, and our attention is our most precious resource. By consciously determining where to invest your energy, you ensure that actions align with your values, goals, and personal growth. One practical approach is to identify your core values. Values are the compass that guides attention and decision-making. When you clearly understand what matters most, it becomes easier to filter distractions and make choices that support your life purpose. Focus is not merely about doing more, but about directing energy toward what is meaningful. Buddhism also emphasizes simplicity and mindful living. A simple, uncluttered mind is more capable of concentration and insight. Reducing mental and physical clutter, whether through meditation, mindful routines, or reducing unnecessary commitments, allows the mind to operate with clarity and purpose. Another key principle is intentional engagement. When you commit attention to a task, conversation, or goal, do so fully. Avoid half-hearted effort or divided focus. Buddhism teaches that full presence in each moment, with undistracted awareness, maximizes both understanding and effectiveness. Letting go of external validation is another crucial element. Often, distraction arises from concern over others' opinions, expectations, or judgments. Buddhism reminds us that true focus comes from within. When your attention is anchored in your own path, rather than the noise of others' expectations, you gain clarity, peace, and autonomy. Time management is another practical tool. Life is composed of fleeting moments, and attention must be protected to ensure progress. Buddhism encourages mindfulness in daily schedules, allocating time for priorities, avoiding overcommitment, and maintaining moments for reflection and inner alignment. Discipline is essential in sustaining focus. The mind naturally drifts, and distractions will arise. Consistent awareness, patience, and repeated practice train the mind to return to what is important. Just as physical training strengthens the body, mental discipline strengthens the ability to maintain attention and purpose. Buddhist teachings also emphasize observing the impermanence of distractions. Many concerns, worries, and temptations are temporary. By recognizing their fleeting nature, we reduce attachment to them and regain the freedom to focus on lasting and meaningful pursuits. Finally, prioritization requires courage. Choosing to focus on your life may mean saying no to external pressures, unhelpful habits, or social obligations that drain energy. Buddhism teaches that wise discernment is necessary to align actions with values, ensuring that energy is invested where it produces the greatest growth and fulfillment. By eliminating distractions and intentionally prioritizing your life, you create a foundation for clarity, peace, and purpose. The mind becomes a tool for insight and action rather than a victim of external noise and scattered energy. In doing so, you cultivate the ability to direct your life consciously, unlocking your potential and living in alignment with your deepest aspirations. Now that we have explored eliminating distractions and prioritizing your life, we move to the next step, cultivating deep focus and sustaining energy. Buddhism teaches that focus is not merely about directing attention, it also requires nourishing the mind and body to maintain clarity and mental endurance. The first element of deep focus is consistent mental discipline. Just as a muscle strengthens with repeated exercise, the mind strengthens with regular practice of attention. Buddhism emphasizes daily habits that cultivate awareness and concentration, training the mind to remain steady even amidst challenges. Each moment of conscious attention builds resilience and sharpens mental clarity. Another principle is directing energy intentionally. Energy and attention are interconnected. If energy is dissipated through scattered thoughts, worries, or unproductive habits, focus weakens. By channeling energy toward meaningful action and aligning it with priorities, the mind becomes powerful and effective. Intentional energy creates momentum, enabling sustained effort and deep engagement with life. Buddhism also highlights the importance of balance and rest. True focus does not mean constant effort without pause. The mind needs intervals of stillness and reflection to maintain clarity. Meditation, mindful breathing, and moments of silence replenish mental energy, allowing attention to remain sharp and unfragmented. Overexertion leads to fatigue, scattered thinking, and diminished focus. Balance ensures that energy is available when it is most needed. Focus is strengthened through single-minded engagement. Multitasking splits attention and reduces effectiveness. Buddhism teaches that being fully present in each task, each interaction, and each moment amplifies results and deepens understanding. By committing to single-minded engagement, we cultivate mastery and prevent distraction from eroding our energy. Another key element is awareness of mental patterns. Thoughts naturally wander to worries, past regrets, or future anxieties. Recognizing these patterns without judgment allows the mind to return to the present task. This practice develops mental agility, reducing the tendency to become overwhelmed or scattered. Awareness of mental habits is the foundation of sustained focus. Buddhist teachings also emphasize intention in every action. When you act with clarity and purpose, energy flows efficiently. Every decision, every movement, every interaction becomes deliberate. Intention prevents wasted energy on distractions, impulsive reactions, or unproductive activities. A life aligned with intention produces focus, clarity, and satisfaction. Physical vitality supports mental focus. The body and mind are interconnected. Adequate rest, proper nutrition, and physical activity contribute to mental sharpness and resilience. Buddhism teaches that treating the body as a vessel for mindfulness enhances the ability to sustain attention and engage fully with life. Another principle is gradual cultivation. Deep focus is not achieved overnight. Buddhism encourages patience and consistent effort. Small daily practices, concentrating on one task at a time, reducing unnecessary distractions, observing thoughts, compound over time, creating powerful mental strength and unwavering attention. Sustaining energy also requires letting go of mental clutter. Unnecessary worries, negative self-talk, and overthinking consume attention and energy. Buddhism teaches that by releasing what does not serve clarity or growth, we free mental space for focus, insight, and meaningful action. Finally, deep focus is nurtured through mindful engagement with life. Every moment is an opportunity to practice awareness, align energy with intention, and cultivate clarity. By consciously directing attention toward what truly matters, we create a life of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. The combination of energy, discipline, awareness, and intention forms the foundation for sustained, transformative focus. By integrating these principles, focus becomes more than a skill, it becomes a way of life. Energy is no longer wasted, attention is no longer scattered, and life unfolds with clarity, purpose, and deep fulfillment. Buddhism teaches that the focused mind is free, powerful, and capable of achieving the highest potential. Now that we have explored cultivating deep focus and sustaining energy, we move to one of the most important steps, aligning focus with your life purpose. Buddhism teaches that focus without direction is like a river without a course, it has energy but lacks meaningful impact. To live fully, attention and effort must be aligned with what truly matters. The first step in alignment is understanding your values and priorities. Your values are the guiding compass for all decisions and actions. When focus is directed toward these core principles, energy flows naturally and consistently. Buddhism emphasizes reflection and self-awareness to identify what is essential in life, what brings lasting fulfillment, growth, and inner peace. Once values are clear, focus can be intentionally applied to actions that support your purpose. Every choice, whether in relationships, work, or personal growth, should align with your goals and values. By consistently investing attention in meaningful endeavors, you create momentum toward long-term fulfillment. Distractions and trivial concerns lose power over you when your energy is anchored in purpose. Buddhism also teaches the principle of non-attachment to outcomes. Focus is not about forcing success or controlling results, it is about consistent, mindful effort aligned with purpose. By releasing obsession over outcomes, the mind remains calm and clear, and energy is used efficiently. Effort becomes intentional rather than compulsive, and focus transforms from stress into mastery. Another essential practice is mindful reflection on progress. Regularly observing how your actions contribute to your purpose reinforces focus and clarity. This reflection is not judgmental, it is a conscious evaluation of alignment, helping to adjust attention where needed and maintain consistency in pursuing meaningful goals. Buddhism encourages equanimity in pursuit of purpose. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles are inevitable, yet they do not require reactive energy or frustration. Focused effort combined with equanimity allows you to navigate difficulties with clarity and resilience, ensuring sustained progress toward what truly matters. Prioritization is reinforced through simplifying life and reducing distractions. Unnecessary obligations, unhelpful habits, and external pressures divert energy from purpose. By consciously letting go of these distractions, your focus becomes sharper and your life path becomes clearer. Simplicity enables both energy and attention to be applied where they are most impactful. Focus aligned with purpose also enhances decision-making and discernment. When the mind is clear, values are known, and energy is directed intentionally, decisions arise naturally and wisely. Buddhism teaches that a focused and aware mind acts with insight, avoiding impulsive reactions and wasted effort. Every choice becomes meaningful, building toward the fulfillment of life's deeper goals. Another principle is integration of focus in daily life. Focus is not reserved for grand projects or long-term goals, it is exercised in every moment. Each task, conversation, and responsibility can be approached with attention and intention. By consistently applying focus in small daily actions, alignment with purpose becomes automatic and effortless over time. Buddhism also emphasizes awareness of impermanence. Life is fleeting, and time is limited. This understanding sharpens focus and encourages the conscious application of energy to what truly matters. When attention is wasted on trivialities, opportunity is lost. Awareness of impermanence fuels discipline, determination, and clarity in directing your life. Finally, aligning focus with purpose brings inner fulfillment and peace. Energy is no longer scattered on meaningless concerns. Attention is concentrated on growth, meaningful action, and what contributes to a purposeful life. Life becomes more intentional, relationships deepen, goals are achieved with clarity, and inner peace is strengthened. By consistently integrating focus with life purpose, you cultivate a life of clarity, intention, and fulfillment. Buddhism teaches that the mind, when directed consciously and aligned with values, becomes a powerful tool for creating meaning, achieving goals, and living fully in the present. As we reach the final part of this discussion, we now explore how to sustain focus over the long term and live a life fully aligned with purpose. Understanding focus and aligning it with values is essential, but the true transformation occurs when focus becomes a consistent, lived practice. Sustaining focus begins with habitual awareness. Buddhism teaches that the mind is trained through repeated, consistent practice. Each day presents countless opportunities to exercise attention, to remain present, and to direct energy intentionally. Over time, repeated focus strengthens mental clarity, discipline, and resilience, transforming it from an effortful practice into a natural way of living. Another key principle is mindful management of energy. Focus is not simply about paying attention, it is about conserving energy for what truly matters. By eliminating unnecessary distractions, avoiding excessive multitasking, and letting go of unproductive concerns, the mind retains the strength to engage deeply with meaningful tasks. Energy and attention work together, forming the foundation for sustained focus. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of balance in sustaining focus. The mind needs periods of calm, reflection, and rest. Meditation, mindfulness, and quiet contemplation recharge attention, sharpen clarity, and prevent fatigue. Without balance, focus can deteriorate, and energy is quickly depleted. Consistent practice of awareness ensures that focus remains strong, even in challenging circumstances. Sustaining focus also requires resilience in the face of obstacles. Life is unpredictable, distractions, setbacks, and challenges will arise. The Buddhist approach is to maintain equanimity, acknowledging obstacles without being controlled by them, and returning the mind to intentional attention. Resilience ensures that focus remains unbroken, even when life tests patience, discipline, or determination. Another essential practice is ongoing reflection and self-assessment. Regularly evaluate how attention is being spent, how actions align with your values, and where energy may be wasted. Reflection strengthens self-awareness, helps refine priorities, and ensures that focus remains aligned with purpose. Buddhism teaches that insight emerges from observation, reflection, and conscious adjustment of thought and action. Focus also grows stronger through simplicity and minimalism. Life is filled with unnecessary noise, obligations, and distractions. By simplifying routines, reducing clutter, and letting go of non-essential commitments, the mind gains the clarity to sustain attention on what truly matters. Less distraction equals more space for purpose, creativity, and fulfillment. Buddhist teachings remind us of impermanence. Every moment is fleeting, and the time we have to cultivate purpose is limited. Awareness of impermanence sharpens focus, fuels discipline, and motivates intentional living. It encourages us to devote attention to what truly contributes to growth, wisdom, and peace. Sustaining focus also means anchoring attention in values rather than outcomes. While results are important, attachment to success or recognition can scatter energy and create anxiety. Focus is strengthened when effort is consistent, mindful, and aligned with personal principles, allowing energy to flow freely without being pulled by external pressures or fleeting desires. Finally, living a purposeful life requires integration of focus into all aspects of daily living. Focus is not only for work or goals, it applies to relationships, personal development, self-care, and every interaction. By consistently applying awareness and intentional attention, the mind becomes a tool for creating meaning, achieving goals, and living fully. Life becomes intentional rather than reactive, disciplined rather than scattered, and fulfilling rather than fragmented. When focus is sustained, energy is optimized, attention is deliberate, and life unfolds with clarity, meaning, and fulfillment. Buddhism teaches that this is the path to mastery over mind, action, and destiny. By consistently practicing awareness, prioritization, and alignment with purpose, we unlock our potential, create lasting peace, and live fully in every moment. Focus is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong practice. Each day provides an opportunity to reclaim attention, to direct energy, and to align action with purpose. Over time, these moments compound, creating a life of extraordinary clarity, intentionality, and fulfillment. This is the transformative power of focusing on your life through Buddhist wisdom.